How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is VamVamChamp, and today we are playing Queen of Moths. This is a story-based game where our protagonist is taking a train home and they're forced to stop at a small train station to switch trains. When they get there though, something is watching them. We're gonna find out what happens on this video. Let's hop in. It's a winter night. You're coming home by train. You have to change trains at a small train station in the middle of the forest. It's not the first time you've traveled this route, but now you feel like something is different, as if something was watching you. The train stops at the station where you needed to make a transfer. It's a dark and cold night, but fortunately, you only need to wait a few minutes for the next train. As you grab the handle, you discover that the door is locked, preventing you from getting inside. Smoke a cigarette or don't smoke a cigarette. I think we're going to smoke a cigarette on this one. You retrieve a pack of cigarettes, and after a moment you inhale the acrid smoke, feeling its sharpness fill your lungs. Surrounded by darkness, your gaze fixates on the sole source of light, an aged orange lamp. There's something strangely hypnotic about the way it glows. Suddenly, your attention is seized by a subtle movement occurring right beside it. The great moth bounces against the lamp in its mad dance. Oh, who is this? Oh, we have two options here. Let's click the question mark first. As you grab at the handle, you discover that the door is locked, preventing you from getting inside. Okay, so we can't go inside. Let's click on this figure here. Despite what you thought, someone beside you is also waiting at the station. Approach him or do not approach. I think we're gonna approach him. See what he has to say. You are approaching a man. He looks up at you. There is something disturbing about his face. The strange man. Oh, are you waiting too? Yes, that's right. Yes, everyone's waiting. They wait and wait. What do you mean? Nothing. I'm waiting. Not quite knowing what to answer, you look around anxiously. When you want to look at the strange man again, he is no longer here, disappeared. It's impossible for him to leave without you noticing. And yet you are alone again, a very strange thing, very disturbing. You're standing at the station. Oddly enough, you start to feel the warmth on your face. It's like the bright summer sun is shining. It reminds you of a holiday. Past trips. Wonderful warm days without worries. It's summer. The sun is shining bright. People are walking around the station waiting for their trains. In the distance, you see your mother calling you with a smile on her face. The forest surrounding the station smells like holidays and freedom. You watch the train go by. You wonder where they are going. You are walking towards your mother. It's time to get on a train. So our options are what a colorful bird, get on the train, or what are these people talking about? I'm gonna try get on a train. You and your mother get on the train. You take your seats and then move on. You get sleepy fast. Slowly, the train and the world outside gets darker and darker. You're getting colder. You notice that you are alone on the train. You slip into unconsciousness a split second before horror floods your mind. The end, or just a beginning. Okay, you guys, so there's definitely multiple endings, I think. We're gonna give this one another go. I'm guessing that was the bad ending. I mean, it was definitely not conclusive, so there's gotta be more endings. We'll give it another go. Okay, so this time we're gonna pick don't smoke a cigarette. You pull out a pack of cigarettes, but then you remember you weren't supposed to smoke. You quickly put it back in your pocket. Surrounded by darkness, your gaze fixates on the sole source of light. Okay, so this is the same. See if we zoom in on the light. We do. Okay, and then the moth comes up. Okay, so nothing's changed yet. The door's still locked. Let's talk to the stranger. This time, I think we will not approach him. Okay, here we go. You see the man walking away into the darkness surrounding the station after a while. You're standing at the station. Oddly enough, you start to feel the warmth on your face. It's like the bright summer sun is shining. So this is the same. Okay, and then we're going to reminisce about the summer days. And then this time we're definitely going to pick a different option when we talk to the mom. Okay, so we have two different options. I think we're going to go with the last one. What are these people talking about? You stop by a group of people to overhear their conversation. Unfortunately, they don't say anything interesting. Your mother's voice snaps you out of your thoughts. Out of the corner of your eye, you see a man waving at you. Get on the train, little dog, what a nice lady. Huh, little dog. Let's try what a nice lady. As you walk towards your mother, a young lady smiles at you. You stop to smile back at her and wave to her. However, you don't hear your mother's voice this time. It is this silence that draws your attention. As you get closer, you see that something is wrong. Your mom isn't getting on the train. She stares at you, her eyes turn black. The cold of the void oozes from them. You feel that the void is hungry. Oh, there she is. The whole world around you fades. Darkness and cold devour the summer days. You're not a kid anymore. You understand that. It's just you and those burning eyes in the skull of some creature. A wall of unhuman fear grows between you. Hunger. Hunger. You don't hear anything, but you know what the creature is thinking. You know what this being feels. Uncontrollable, overwhelming hunger. All of it comes down to just those empty eyes and the feeling of hunger. You feel as if you are surrounded by black wings that separate you from the rest of the world. It engulfs you as if you were the property of this inhuman being. Oh, we're back at the train station. When you open your eyes clenched in horror, you see that you are standing at the station. Again, same place, the same night, same winter. You see footprints in the snow. Something bad is going on here, something very bad. You don't want to be alone. You don't know why, but you follow a strange man straight into the forest. Complete darkness surrounds you strangely quickly. Suddenly you realize you don't know where you are. There's a lot of options here. You feel panic rising. You wander in the dark, not knowing where to go. You notice something dispelling the darkness. Streaks of blue, slightly glowing fog flow around you. After a while, the fog illuminates the dark forest around you with a ghostly glow. Okay, let's click this option first. Oh, okay, let's just keep clicking left. No, I think we're back to where we were. Let's try left, right. Yes, that took us somewhere new. Okay, so let's try the center now. Nope, we're back again. Okay. Let's try the right again. Here we go. You notice a strange movement among the trees. Before you make a conscious decision, you move in that direction. Whoa. You see dark silhouettes wandering slowly through the trees. Do you see smaller and larger figures? Maybe adults and children? Let's head towards them. You've had enough of it all. Maybe they can explain something to you. You come out of the trees and approach a group of figures. Hi. Hello. You are approaching, calling out. The figures seem to notice your presence. A few of them stop, listening and sniffing strangely. You come closer, and then they turn around. Whoa. They have no face. They are all like patches of blackness in the darkness of the forest. Instead of faces, they have gaping holes filled with a cold, dead glow. They are slowly approaching you. You want to run, but you trip and fall to the ground. You see them getting closer with every step they take. Your own thoughts fade away. Your mind is filled with screaming, horrible, terrifying, inhuman screaming. The screams of dozens, hundreds of throats ripped with unimaginable suffering. You know you can't hear this cacophony anywhere but your head. As if this sick concert was just for you. It intensifies with every moment the wraiths come closer to you. When they are at your fingertips, you are flooded with such a wave of ghostly screams that you lose sight of the whole world. You fall unconscious. You wake up in complete darkness. You're walking through the darkness. You feel like you're not in charge of your own steps. It turns out that you arrive at the same place again. To that weird, nightmarish train station. Alright, we're back at the train station. Let's try the door. You grab the handle. This time the door is open. Oh, we're going inside. You enter its dark interior. At first, you see nothing, but then you start to see some outlines. Oh, this does not look normal. The floor is covered with thick layers of dark, sticky dirt. You have no idea what it could be. Maybe you'd rather not know. The chairs in the waiting room are covered with something like cobwebs. But this one here is much thicker and kind of moist. Its appearance reminds you of sinew and meat. As you cross the narrow entrance into the station, you almost lose your footing. First, there's the smell, fetid, almost incapacitating wave of rot and corruption. And then you see it. Your mind can't take it. You see dozens, maybe hundreds of bodies tangled in incomprehensible anatomical chaos. You don't know where one man begins and the next ends. It's like one. And at the same time, you feel that there are many different people here. Even what you thought was a part of the architecture seems to be something alive. Everything reminds you of the inside of some nightmare body. A sticky, damp, yellowish mist hangs in the thick air. When you look closer, you see not only fragments of human bodies, but also something that is not human. You can't look away. You see more and more details. Strange, disturbing, terrifying details. In the chaos of the tangled bodies, you also see something else. The body of something that is not human. Everything moves gently and slowly, to the rhythm of the slow beating of barely living hearts, to the rhythm of wheezing, hoarse breaths. You get the impression that the bodies somehow notice your presence. They feel your gaze. They're moving faster and faster. They crawl in a web of sinews that wrap around them. Intertwined bodies rise above the floor. A creature, dripping with something you can't name, emerges from between the bodies. It knows your presence. You stand there, paralyzed with horror as it turns its face towards you. You want to scream, but you can't. You want to run, but you can't move. The creature stares at you with a penetrating gaze. You feel that devouring up your soul, devouring up who and what you are. You already know it's too late. That thing becomes your ruler, the ruler of your body. You are a servant. You are the victim. You wake up suddenly, drenched in sweat. Other train passengers look at you with embarrassment. Were you screaming or talking in your sleep? You look around panicked, but slowly reality wins out. You begin to understand that what you saw and experienced was just a nightmare. Incredibly realistic and clear, but only a dream. You calm your breath and adjust yourself into your place. It's just a dream, nothing more. There is nothing to be afraid of. That strange feeling of some inhuman presence at the edge of your consciousness is surely just a remnant of that dream. Like that irritating feeling of someone whispering in your ear, but so softly that you can't understand anything. Everything will pass when you wake up completely. Everything is fine. That's right. The end. Okay, you guys, so that was a second ending that we got, and I think the first one had a symbol of a train. This one has a symbol of a moth. I don't know how many of these there are. I'm going to give it another go. If not, I'll probably cut to the end of the video, but if I do find another ending, I'm going to go over that as well. Okay, so I'm going to try another approach this time. I approached the strange man in this playthrough, so I'm going to see if I approach him again at this later setting if something different happens. So let's click this one, approach the strange man. You approach a strange man. You're a bit wary of him, especially when you're close. There's something really odd in his eyes and movements. He hurries towards you and grabs you by the shoulder. Looking you straight in the eyes, he speaks with a hoarse voice. Strange man, wake up! Hey! Wake up! Suddenly, you feel the snow that you didn't remember. It's night again, and here's the station again. The warm summer days disappeared in the winter darkness. Here comes that strange man again, who previously suddenly disappeared somewhere. What's going on here? The man moves away from you, but his eyes still show madness and fear. You haven't seen anything like this before. There was only emptiness in his gaze. Something has changed. Strange man, I helped you. Wake up. Yes, I think so. Just like you did for me earlier. What are you talking about? Earlier, I only had part of myself. Now, I have more of it. I don't understand anything. Me neither. Certainly not fully. Definitely not everything. That's all. It's just a prison. A prison woven from your thoughts and the thoughts of that thing, from the minds of all the devoured victims. Your mind shaping the form you see. You don't know what to reply to the man. Is what he's saying true? Maybe it's just plain madness. This can't possibly be true. It can't. It can't. But what if, as you contemplate this, you see the man approaching you and extending his hand in your direction. You get the impression that he wants to touch you. I think we're gonna allow him to. The strange man touches your face. Let your thoughts flow freely. Don't ponder. Open your mind. Open your soul. Touch the thoughts that bind you. Free your mind or defend yourself against it. I think we're going to free our mind. As you do what the man told you, you feel as if you're drowning in an unimaginable abyss, in an infinite dark expanse amidst the stars. You sense a growing emptiness, as if something is consuming you from within. Emptiness, void, darkness. You're surrounded by a desert, an ocean of dead red rocks fading into the cold red air. Suddenly, you feel dust getting into your nose, mouth, and eyes. What is this bizarre place? You gaze at the hypnotically swirling strands of mist. You have a sensation as if some presence, some conscious entity resides within it. You feel it beckoning you towards yourself. It desires your closeness. It promises protection, warmth, safety. We're gonna go towards it. You move towards the strange presence from which you feel waves of warmth, love, and safety emanating. With each step, a thicker mist surrounds you. In the distance ahead of you, you see someone approaching in your direction. You're walking toward the figure, yet you don't seem to get any closer. It feels as if the space around you is expanding and stretching further. You sense an increasing emptiness, an emptiness where only 2 points of existence remain, you and the entity before you. Only then does the shadow before you start to approach, but you no longer feel the warmth. You know you don't feel love and safety anymore. You feel alienation, pain, a flood of thoughts that you can't comprehend. You also feel cold, cruel, lifeless cold. The end. Hey, so that was another ending, and I'm assuming that's a mountain, something in the desert. Now, there could be more endings to this, but I do think I'm going to end here just because it does take quite a while to go through all of these different endings, click on the different scenarios. There could be a million different combinations of these scenarios too. So I feel happy with the 3 endings we got. I feel like it gets, you know, I feel like it does get the interesting endings for us at least. So if you want to check this one out for yourself, try to get some of these other endings, you definitely can. It's available on Steam. I think it's like $1.30. It's definitely a good buy for that. Very creative. I love the story aspect of it. The writing was really solid as well. So, I mean, for $1.30, come on, you can't beat that. All right, you guys, thank you guys for tuning in and have an awesome day.